Hi there, Grayson, Aaliyah, and Kim. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Here's your video lesson. 4 things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list. If questions at the end or when you look at anything, feel free to shoot a message on over and I'll do my best to answer. So as you can see right here, my 6th string is broken. So what came in the studio today and it was off the guitar. So I'll have to deal with that for today. So I don't think we need that. I don't think we need it for anything that we're going to do today. But all right, so let's get to it. So first thing is a D scale. Making sure that we're using the correct fingers. That's the big thing right now, is making sure we're using all the right fingers. For me to get you to those harder pieces, we just got to get used to doing that. So it's part of classical guitar. So remember your first, so you're in second position. 0, first finger, third finger, 4th finger. I remember last time he did really well going up the scale. Now when we come back down, that's the tricky part right there, coming back down. So making sure that we use all the correct fingers coming back down. The next step in doing this would be to have the open A string. Remember our thumb and fingers exercise? Where we did index, thumb, middle, thumb. We walk the fingers like that. Here's what we're going to do with that. We're going to combine that with the top part of the D scale. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start here on the note C sharp with your first finger. We're going to play that note. And then you're going to play the thumb on the A string, and then second finger on the D, E, thumb, switch here to the first string of the 2nd fret, G, A, just the D scale, just the top 2 strings. Right? If you hear this, right, we have the prep for steady hands. So once you get this skill down, steady hands is pretty easy once you kind of figure out how to alternate the fingers and doing the D scale and top 2 strings. It should be easy for me to teach that to them. So work on that for me. Next is our Miami pattern with the Bach Tans prep. Right hand by itself. M, I, remember middle and index finger. So we have M, I, then A on the first string, rest stroke, M, I, M, I, A, M, I, oh sorry, I messed up, M, I, A, M, I, right. And then I'm going to jump down here to number 4 real quick, because it has to do with what I just did there with the Miami pattern. So what we're going to start doing, I had my notes here, I didn't see it in my notes, so I don't think we've talked about this yet, is take our middle finger here on the note D, right? We're in second position because we're playing the D scale, but here's what we're going to do now. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to play that note, and we're going to take our second finger, we're playing the D, and we're going to shift it down here to play C sharp. So it's the first appearance of a guide finger in the series. We're here with the note D, play that, you lift pressure off the finger, but you still maintain contact with the finger. So I'm not like doing this and flying away, I'm not doing this. I'm not sliding yet, right? It comes much later. Glissandos come later. Play here, I lift the pressure off, I'm still touching the string, and I move my hand. The whole thing, my whole arm is going to move a little bit. So notice here I move my arm out a little bit, so it's not this, I'm not doing that. Here, lift the pressure, thumb comes along for the ride, and play the C sharp there. So now that I'm back in first position, so I'm here in second position, now I'm back here in second position. Now what does this have to do with Miami? Is because this is the second part of the Bach Tans prep, which I think is one of the most important spots in the whole book. It comes back frequently throughout the series, until you see it in book 5, where it culminates into its ultimate form, which is tremolo. And the most feared technique of all classical guitarists is the tremolo. And it is a technique that I need to practice for like 4 months, for a half hour a day before I'll show it to anybody if I get out of practice with it. So it's a tricky technique. All right, so I haven't done it for a few days, so I'm not going to demonstrate right now, but it's tricky. If you do this way, the students learn early on how to do the technique, and they'll suffer much less when they're older. So M, I, M, I. That's what you're going to do there. Middle finger, shift, index finger on the right hand. Then A, gonna sound funny, right? M-I-A-M-I. We're gonna put another note there, but I think we should do that for today. Just for today, we're gonna do M-I-A on the open E string, M on the C sharp, and then an open G right there. What we'll do next, we'll put that down. So we'll have our first chord. Right? There's it's an A chord. You know, eventually it'll look like this. It's weird without that string there. Right? There's a piece in book 6 that does that. Right? But this is the first appearance of that chord. So it's really cool how they sprinkle things that are going to be in the later part of the series. Like book 5 is the tremolo thing, which is what this is working on. And in book 6, you get this cool run right there. Right? So it's neat how all these pieces kind of fit together, and how over the last 30-something years they had this series. It's quite elegant how it all fits together. Anyway, I can go on about that. And so the last thing I'll talk about is the fermentons. And for that one, it basically comes down to using correct fingers, especially in the descending patterns right there. Sometimes we have a little habit of using the ring finger, whatever finger is available to us, but like it's muscle memory. So the more you do it one way, the less weird things will pop out of your guitar and when you get nervous and things like that. So cool, work on those 4 things for me. Like I said, if you have questions, send me a video for me to look at anything with any sort of specific comments you'd like me to talk about. And if not, I will see him on Tuesday. Bye.